the end of the day, the two most valuable resources for everything you want in your life, it's not complicated. Emotional states, energy, that's it. Think about it. If you don't feel good, how are you gonna enjoy this thing we call life? If you don't feel good, people don't wanna be around you. And not to mention also, if you don't feel good, how are you gonna stop yourself from saying things you know you shouldn't be saying? It's almost a cliche. Oh, I should have said this, I should have said that, but that's because you're not addressing the core. That's where all the concepts you're getting from the books, videos, maybe even your counselor, you got some great concepts, but no ability to execute. When you can control your emotions, that is the foundation for that. Again, just making everything very simple here. So the reason why you've probably looked back at your life and said, wow, things are not going the way I want, that's because you've never addressed the core before. But when you feel fantastic, that gives you all the odds in your favor to actually execute in the way that's gonna behoove you and your relationship. But at the end of the day, when you feel great, you're just good. And that's what everyone wants. So let's keep things simple here. But any process you're gonna do to resurrect yourself, your relationships, and your life has to start with that foundation. It does not matter what you know. All your concepts go out the window as soon as you feel fear, sadness, anger. As soon as you feel that stuff, what good are your concepts? They're worth nothing. So it does not matter what you know, it matters what you can do. And if you can't control your emotions, you effectively know zero. Any process you're gonna do to work on your relationships and your life needs to address at the core. Number two, energy. Energy is the fuel for everything you're looking for. How are you gonna make your dreams come true? How are you gonna make your relationship to the next level if you don't have any gas in the gas tank? Does that make sense? But that's not a concept, that's a skill, that's a conditioning. And by the way, on that note, a lot of people talk about mindsets and beliefs. That's not really what they're looking for. If you think about it, how are you gonna have a mindset when you feel like shit? How's that gonna work out? Your ability to execute is a conditioning, it's the way you feel. The conditioning is actually what allows you to execute a mindset or execute a belief. Beliefs and mindsets alone, without the conditioning, without that energy, without that fuel, they're worthless. So at the end of the day, what everyone really wants is a conditioning. And again, that's a skill, that's a process, that's not a concept. And that's why the people that work with me, my clients that do the Refocus on Happiness program, they're good either way. Hey, some people get back together with exes, some don't, and most of them don't even want that person back. But when you feel great, it's a whole different level, not just for your relationships, but for your entire life. So let's kind of close up here. Two most valuable resources, energy and emotional states. When you feel great, you speak great. When you feel great, you just execute at a completely different level. That's what makes all your techniques actually executable. And if any of you are dealing with stuff where you're trying to get, a job back, a business back, relationship back, you first have to get you back. And again, to get you back, that's conditioning. When you get you back first, and you're now at this level, people want to line up with you. Think about it. A lot of you are dealing with breakups, and you're kind of in a rut, you're in a fog. No one wants to be around you. And the decision to be in a relationship is an emotional decision. It's not logical. You can't take a PowerPoint presentation and say, oh, you're going to want to be around me because of A, B, and C. It doesn't work like that. People either want to be around you or they don't, based on how they feel when they're around you. So if you have a relationship that's not going so well, you can have all the concepts in the world, but if you're not enjoyable to be around, good luck with that. That's not going to work out very well. You can have all the best qualities in the world, but if someone doesn't enjoy their experience with you, that's not going to work out too well. But to get yourself back there, you can't concept your way there. That's a conditioning. That's your ability to control the way you feel, okay? So again, I'll kind of close on this note here. Steve Martin has a great phrase. He says, be so good at what you do, people cannot ignore you. I'm going to show you I'm going to make it so obvious what is available to you when you actually finally address the core. And by the way, on that note, again, this is a biological process. It allows you to rewire, recondition your brain like you recondition a muscle. I got doctors to do my program. Why do you think that is? A lot of you might have heard the idea of neuroplasticity, brain cells that fire together or wire together, but this is a true practical experience allowing you to recondition, rewire your brain like you'd recondition muscle. Same thing. And again, it allows you to keep moving at higher levels. But anyway, so bottom line is, that is what addresses the core. That's what allows you to take your relationships and your life to levels you ultimately want to go. Anyway, enjoy. I'm going to make this so obvious for you in the end part of this video here, where you see a bunch of people that are just like you, same situations. At the end of the day, no offense to you guys, but your situation is not as unique as you think it is. You have a brain that is capable of incredible things if you give it the right process, the right condition, the right stimulus. You have no idea what you're capable of. And again, at the end of the day, everything you've done is because you want to feel a certain way. But to feel a certain way consistently, that's a conditioning process, and that's why you're going to want to address the core. So enjoy the video. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Go to refocusonhappiness.com. What you want to do is you want to click the button at the top, contact Lance. Very, very easy form. When you go there, you'll put your name, your last name, your email address, and your phone number. And I will get in touch with you in just a few days, okay?
Just be a little patient. I got a lot of people I work with, but I'll get in touch with you in 72 hours maximum. But after you do that contact Lance link, feel free to scroll around here. Again, Steve Martin has a great phrase. He says, be so good at what you do, people cannot ignore you. If you scroll down, you'll see testimonials from psychologists, doctors, zillions and zillions and zillions of past clients, including medical directors, et cetera, et cetera. So like I said, I'm making this so obvious for you, what I represent for you, what I believe. The only reason you would not do this is if you're a glutton for punishment. So yeah, feel free to take a good look around. Again, I'm gonna make it very clear what I represent for you if this is something you're serious about, okay? Awesome. Look forward to speaking to you soon.
It's about trust in yourself. And here's the way to break it down to the most basic level. Once you know what you want, just repeat this phrase to yourself every day. You ready for it? I don't care what you say, I care what you do. That's awesome. That's very exciting. As soon as you say it, and I'm going to believe you, as soon as you show me something different, I'm going to believe you the very first time. That's it. You make it simple. Not so complicated.
I was sick and tired of hurting, and I needed to change. I had to physically, mentally, and emotionally change quickly, or it wasn't going to be pretty. And so you and I talked, and we started that night, and it's been nothing but an uphill, amazing journey to the top of the mountain to look around and say, I feel pretty damn good.
Just got dumped, and it was like, I can't go through this. I'm not going to live life like this. I can't let this person control me or this situation control me. I need to get over this, and I need to do it now, because I was so devastated. I was so devastated, and I didn't think I could get through it. And then you came in. It was perfect timing when I saw that Facebook ad. It was like it was meant for me. And so I knew that I needed to do this, and I wasn't going to, I didn't want to go through this anymore. The pain was just unbearable. And what your program did for me was, not only did I get over this person, I'm so happy that he found her. It was like a blessing. Sometimes I'll look on their Facebook and I'm like, oh my God, they look good together. I didn't belong with him. And I'm like so happy for them, like literally. And this is the person that broke my heart.
Isn't that amazing? Like, again, people think I'm like crazy that they see him now. Like, would you have ever thought, before you and I spoke, would you ever thought you would actually feel like that? Were you actually grateful and you actually appreciate me? Like, you know what? I'm glad they found each other. You never saw that one coming, did you?
No, I never did. I kept thinking, is he going to come back, or what can I do? And in this process, I found myself, is what I found. And sometimes we live our life, we think we have to experience the pain sometimes, and we have to experience a little bit of it to get us to the next state. If I didn't go through this pain, I wouldn't have met you, and then I wouldn't have changed my life completely, because my life changed. It was like I started attracting money for some reason. I guess it was because I was more positive and I was not devastated. So I started attracting money, and I started attracting people in my life that were positive people. And so, this program did a lot for me because it changed my mindset. It changed, that we're not all going to agree, but, we're not going to agree with each other ever. But we need to know how much we can tolerate, and what's our, and we got to if we don't want to deal with someone, we've got to just say, okay, you know what? I don't agree with you. So you know what? Let's just leave it there. And if it changes, we can meet later or whatever, but we don't have to tolerate anything. And so that changed me, and it made me so positive. Not only that, I lost weight with this program because I was exercising. And so I started seeing a new me. And so, it just literally changed my life, because we go through pain, and it's like, are we going to stay there? Or what is the pain? How are we going to grow? And the pain, actually, it changed me for the better. And people are attracted to me. Like, they say I'm so positive. So And I'm very positive, and I find good in everyone. In every situation, I've found good. I have found a lesson in things that I would never normally do. But your mindset, it makes you grow. I mean, it's like the pain made me, going through this program, it made me grow to the person I become. And I never thought that I could ever be a confident person, literally. I mean, I never felt confident.
That.
Yeah, and it helped. I mean, everything, it all came together. The program, I mean, the way I feel about myself, I feel amazing, literally. I mean, I do have, I'm not going to lie, I do have sometimes you're going to have days, but I don't stay there. I don't stay there. I always say that, you know what, tomorrow's a different day. Let's see what the outcome's going to be. And you know what, and it's always different. It's always different. I don't stay there. Before I probably would have stayed in bed. Since I started this, I don't stay in bed at all. I'm eager to get up in the morning. I'm eager to see what the day's going to bring. So, I mean, it changed my way of thinking. It changed my relationship with my children. Because, I mean, like I said, I divorced my husband. And then I had this boyfriend. I mean, it was just like, my whole situation was just, it was horrible. But I'm like, I understand. I always tell everybody, you cannot judge me unless you've walked through my shoes. You cannot, and they understand. It's like my children understand now that they haven't walked in my shoes. And there's two sides to every story. And I'm just positive. I'm literally so positive. This has really helped me. And I got into an online business that I'm starting right now. I started a sign company. I started all this with you.
That's wonderful. That's
so,
wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it just pushed me to want to work on myself. And I wasn't a very confident person, but it pushed me to want better. This pain literally changed my life. And I know that it wasn't easy. Mm-hmm. It was not easy, but it wasn't easy.
I tell my children, like, don't, just be aware. You're going to work.
Yeah,
real work.
It's going to work, but it wasn't easy at first. It was not easy.
No mistake.
Yeah. But the more I did the boost. Every time I would do it, I felt better. Like, literally, there was sometimes I just needed one of the boosts, like, I'm going to meet you at this, or, you're not going to, or whatever. I mean, that's what helped me. I just kept going over it and over it.
That's a discipline. That's the execution.
And by the time I knew, sometimes I was doing 8 miles.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it does help. The rewiring, it does. And it changes everything. Not only that, it's like if my mind, I was asleep and there was like, this woke me up. This pain, going through this woke me up. And I started doing even trading. So everything within this time, right? I've learned so much.
You're like.
I have my grandchildren here. I picked them up. My daughter ran late on a meeting and she's like, Mom, can you? And I'm like, are you kidding? And I'm like, I had no choice. I picked them up. I'm like, it's like commotion here. I'm like, when it's usually quiet.
And on that note, this will continue to make you a better mother, a more patient mother, right? More present, more enjoying your time with them, and be able to continue to. You want to talk about a real legacy, Veronica? You're becoming a true beacon of light for them. What's possible? A real model of relationships. That's a fucking legacy, and that's they're going to see you, and they're going to remember. Wow, my mom had all these challenges, but she had a smile on her face, and she rocked and rolled, and she made it happen. You want to talk about a real model to give your kids? That's it. You should be proud of that.